Your past doesn't exist, and your future has not yet arrived. We have all been fooled. Perhaps time is the greatest magic trick we all have blindly believed in. This could explain why some identified flying objects show no visible means of propulsion or emit heat, suggesting that they operate on completely different principles, allowing them to move in ways we do not know yet. We may have discovered how to manipulate these principles by taking the Earth frequency and finding the opposite equivalent, which is a premise in recent discoveries driven by the James Webb Telescope. You may be surprised to learn that leading figures in the scientific community are confirming something that we have suspected for decades. Time doesn't exist. Join us as we explore why Terrence Howard believes that the James Webb Telescope has proven that time is a controversial concept. Look at the nearest clock. What you see is one of the most controversial and complex notions in physics. In the study of space and matter, time is the most challenging subject in science, as real as it is abstract. For us, time is like a river that flows inexorably forward, always in one direction, unless we stumble upon a time machine. Time has an order. One event follows another, and you can't skip events. It also has a duration, a quantifiable period between events. The present moment, your now, is as real as space. Time seems to be the universal background against which all events can be sequenced and their durations measured. However, what we are telling you is that all of this is not real and exists only in your mind. It is about linguistics. Any reference to the future or the past tells us that time is not always accessible. The only thing we possess is a privileged present. For decades, scientists have questioned whether time represents a reality or the physical world, or whether it is simply an artificial construct created by humans to make sense of their existence. Moreover, time is a social construct. We think that the devastating wars of the 20th century are a thing of the past, but scientists theorize that time may not function with the levels of continuity and discontinuity that we assume. The categorical existence of time, or its indivisible character, and events as we know them today cannot be denied. However, the passage of time remains a fundamental experience of humanity. All emotions and moments are destined to slip into the flow of time, which is perhaps our most intimate experience with space and matter. When time seems to transform events, it is like an arrow that takes us from the past to the future. For some scientists, time is comparable to a continuous stream that transports our present into future spatial dimension. Suppose time passes while a person is grieving. The loss feels less devastating over time, which we attribute to its passage. This suggests that time, as a physical quantity, has passed long enough to assimilate the loss. However, there may be no scientific basis for the passage of time. Although time is essential to our experience, no metaphor fully captures its devastating nature. In physics, there is no clear explanation for the reality of the passage of time. Despite decades of study, we have found no scientific evidence to support the flow of time from past to future. Physicists tell us otherwise. Time does not flow, or cannot flow, because it is simply unreal. What we see on our clocks and how we conceptualize our lives in a sequence of events has no scientific basis. This is an idea that many scientists and theorists, including figures such as Terrence Howard, have explored. Yet we continue to evade these difficult questions and have deluded ourselves into believing that our present is privileged. When scientists posit that everything happens simultaneously, they are challenging the conventional notion of time. This implies that our past and our future does not exist in strictly scientific terms. Historically, we have understood time as fluid due to the influence of prominent figures in the scientific community who support this idea. However, there is a deep division and debate within the scientific community. Some scientists view time conventionally, while others, such as Howard, argue that time is not fluid as generally understood. In this context, NASA stands out for its mastery of the James Webb Telescope, capable of observing the distant past of the universe. The crucial question arises: if time occurs simultaneously, what exactly is the telescope observing? This question has shaken the scientific community, questioning the essentiality of time in our daily lives, where we divide time into past, present, and future. Linguistically, our reality is built around this temporal distinction. For human consciousness, the present is the immediate reality that transformed fleeting events into a definite past reality. However, this understanding clashes with our modern physics, which suggests that the past and future are persistent illusions. The scientist Albert Einstein postulated that time is relative. Its speed depends on the observer's frame of reference, implying that even simultaneity is relative. Thus, the present moment acquires significant importance, since it can vary radically according to each individual's frame of reference. This raises the possibility that an alien civilization hypothetically observing from another point of view might perceive terrestrial events very differently than we do. When asked what's happening to Earth at this time, we cannot come to a definitive conclusion or a precise answer. This is due to the enormous distance between the two planets, approximately 20 light minutes. What is happening on Earth cannot be perceived instantaneously on Mars. Information cannot travel faster than the speed of light. Therefore, a Martian would see events that have already occurred on our planet, since the light showing those events needs time to travel between the planets. This phenomenon, observable due to the finite speed of light, challenges our traditional understanding of time. It is time to consider Einstein's theory of relativity, which states that the present depends on the speed of the observer. What can be observed from an alien station on Mars varies with the speed and direction of the observer, due to the relativistic implications. The concepts of absolute time, instantaneous present, and simultaneity are challenged by these discrepancies in physics. They confront us with the need to revise our conceptions of time as fluid and constant. The time log theory, supported by some physicists and mentioned in Scientific American, holds that the past and future are fixed as events that have already occurred or are about to occur, with the present of no special importance in this picture. This contrasts with the idea of a continuous flow of time. Let me know your opinion in the comments box. If you liked the video, remember to like and subscribe, and I'll be seeing you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.